it is Memorial Day, and these were the top games to look out for today by the MLB itself. The Rays are looking for their 6th straight win today. They are hosting the former Red Hot Twinkies. The recently Red Hot Twinkies, the Twins. Garrett Crochet, Jacob deGrom, and Yamamoto are all pitching today. But that's not what I want to draw everyone's attention to, Nika. I wanted to quickly, before we get out of here, talk about the schedule of games today. Because if you do a little bit of math, you will notice that there are 12 games on today's schedule. But you would also know that in order for there to be a complete day of games, it would require 15 games because there are 30 teams in this great game of ours. Mm-hmm. So how can 12 be 15? Well, the answer is it cannot. And so we have a tradition that has started that is bad for the game of baseball that needs to be fixed. And that is Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. Why isn't everyone playing? I am having a hard time with this. When the goal is always, first and foremost, to spread the game of baseball as far as wide as possible on a day where, 90 to 95% of the workforce have a day off. Why are we not having every team play on those days?
Very good question. And I don't think you're going to get a good answer.
This keeps happening. And
we noticed that last year.
This is a thing that did not happen, I feel like, when I was a kid. We're talking about ESPN and how they're leaving baseball after this year. And I very distinctly remember being a kid and having every holiday be a major triple header ESPN event where they would have 3 nationally televised games on these holidays. Memorial Day, check. 4th of July, check. Labor Day, check. If it was a holiday, there was 3 games on, just ESPN alone, and there was no way that there was a team not playing on the holidays.
Do you think viewership has something to do with it? That there's so much noise out there, so much streaming services out there that they like, well, maybe we just don't put all the games.
I don't buy it.
I know it's a.
I think you gotta compete. You gotta put your best foot forward anyway. If you have 12 games, I mean, you're already like putting a majority of the games on already, and it also diminishes as much as I think we don't enjoy the propaganda side of things. You do lose some of that when you don't have at least 3 more games being played. Mm-hmm. You don't have the big flag presentation on the field and like the moment of silence maybe for those that have given their lives for our country and all that jazz that goes along with Memorial Day. And it does feel like a bit of a missed opportunity at the end of the day. And like, to me, Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day need to be almost baseball holidays too. They need to be looked at that way, at least by the people that are putting out baseball. Mm-hmm. And if they don't see it that way, which they clearly do not right now, I think that's a problem. And they need to look at it a little bit differently.
You're right. Everybody's at home.
I don't know why it's not a big deal. It should be a big deal.
Yeah.
And so I hope that they finally figure out a way to get this right next year, or that somebody hears this and is like, you know what? They're right. Why are we doing this? Like, it just seems like it's too looked over to not be blatant. Like, somebody has to have said this or pointed this out by now, and someone else just doesn't care enough. So I just want to ring the alarm bells and get more people to start caring and talk about this more, because it should not be the case.
Yeah.
It should be on, whether it's on the radio in the background while people are swimming in a lake, having fun and doing outdoor things on Memorial Day, or whether they're at home inside of their air conditioning because they live in a very hot climate. Either way, like, it should be available for people to enjoy. And the fact that it's not in all 30 markets is dumb.
I think when MLB has this under its own umbrella, the way Manfred wants, maybe it will change. Maybe. But
yeah, we'll have to see how it evolves, because we do know that he is working on this big TV project for 2028 to kind of come to fruition before he resigns in 2029, like he said he's going to. And so I'm willing to patiently await, but I'd like to hear some plans. I'd like to hear some kind of like, hey, we're not going to screw up these big 3 holidays throughout the season anymore that are all kind of like patriotic and symbolized in different ways.
And what is
Labor
baseball?
Day is not so much of a...
But baseball is supposedly America's pastime game and whatnot. It should be televised.
I mean, they got to put the games on. If you build it, they will come. If you don't build it, even if it's just 6 markets, then they're not going to show up that day. Yeah. And you miss out on the biggest opportunity for potential audience. So, look, that's my little mini rant for this Memorial Day Monday. And, you know, I hope we get all 30 teams playing on the major holidays throughout the baseball season very, very soon. I mean, I got lots of ideas too. I mean, I got plans for all the states to have a game someday. All 50 states will host a Major League Baseball game or a series. And not just 2 games, but all 3. Damn it! I mean, what is with that crap? Let's play 1 game and then let's go to the other stadium, the real stadium.
It's money.
I know, but it's stupid. It's silly, and yeah. But I want baseball in May. I mean, in Maine and Montana and
Tennessee.
Some of these states that are forgotten. You know, like we came up with the 4 Corners series for the Rockies and the Diamondbacks because they were playing on rivalry weekend.
That's a better name.
We said, Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico and Colorado all touch each other, so we can call it the 4 Corners series, and we can get Utah and New Mexico involved.
That's another 2 teams.
Another 2 states.
And 2 states, yeah.
So, well, we got lots of plans and lots of ideas over here. You haven't even heard my greatest one yet, and I'm going to just leave you with that for now.